everybody and welcome to Sarah Vlogs. Today I'm just going to be doing a general makeup routine, just what I wear day to day. I actually wear quite a lot of makeup, but I just think it's my canvas and I like to paint it. No Van Gogh. I'm not a makeup artist. I can put my hands up to that. Also, hands. I'm very self-conscious about this, but I thought I'd just put it out there so I didn't have to bring it up later on. I have a skin condition called Pomflux. It's a form of dermatitis and eczema, just itchy, swollen hands. So you're going to see it. If you don't like it, sorry. It's something I've had to put up with for years, so I'm just going to... Done. I've faced that. Right, so I'm going to start off with my moisturiser. I have already cleansed and I used the Nivea Daily Essentials Soothing Cleansing Mousse for dry and sensitive skin. I absolutely love this and it smells really nice too. So I'm just going to get my moisturiser, which I use the Aveeno cream. It's really good. So I'm just going to get a bit of that, quite a lot actually, and I'm just going to look into my mirror over here and just work it down. Just work it right into your face. It's really good to put moisturiser on your face before you put on like your primers and stuff. Not that I actually use primer, I use highlighter, but just makes it a nice soft base. Remember your neck as well, all my chins, got to get them in there. Right, so tend to normally let that dry in for a few minutes, so I'm just going to speak through my illuminator. I just put it on underneath my foundation. I feel like it totally highlights my face, especially like the top of my cheekbones and my forehead, and I always put a bit on my chin as well. Not sure. As I said earlier, I'm not a makeup artist, so I'm not sure if what I'm doing is right, but it works for me, so I'm just gonna roll with it. So I use the Makeup Academy Undress Your Skin Illuminating Liquid Glow in the colour Champagne. I'm just gonna take my Real Techniques buffing brush, which I am in absolute love with, and just put a little bit on it. I always think less is more. You can always add, but it's kind of hard to take off. And just, see, like that, that was quite a lot. Just put it on top of my cheeks, down my nose, forehead, and a bit on my chin, and just properly blend that in. Just gives your face a really nice glow, especially on nice summery days, which it is, I think, the 8th or the 7th of July, and we're currently going through a thunder and lightning storm just now, so if the lightning does change, just ignore it, it's fine. Actually, I had to close the window because of the sound of the rain, but we work with our situations, can't help weather. Right, moving on to foundation, now that my highlighter's all in, it just gives a really nice glow. I'm going to use my MAC Mineralized Moisture SPF 15 foundation in the shade NW15. Absolutely love this. It's quite pricey. I wouldn't, I've always used lower ends. I've always used like Collection 2000 and stuff, which is about £3. Still works, but I've never really found a shade that matches my skin colour perfectly. Apart from this, I'm in absolute love. Me and my friend Ailey went into MAC in Aberdeen the other day. Very first time being in there, very first MAC product I've ever bought, because I'm a mum, I live on a budget, but I just thought, hey ho, it's only, I'm actually not going to mention the price as my other half is just waiting around the door, but it's which you'll see later on because he's actually going to help me edit this. So £28, it's not that bad. I heard his mouth drop. But it lasts a really long time and it's MAC. It's really good and it matches. So I just dot on my face. I tend not to put my foundation on my nose because I have really dry skin. Well, initially I don't put it on my nose. I have really dry skin on my nose, so I tend to just work it in from the bits that I've put on my cheeks. So just work it in everywhere, and I'll put some concealer on after from my little spots and my red bits. I always get redness around my nose, around here, so I just put a bit of concealer on after I've got my foundation on. But properly work in your foundation, properly work in to your face, because oh, there was a little rumble. I wear makeup even if I'm going to the shop, even if it's just mascara. I always feel completely naked without any makeup on. So you're going to be wearing it for the majority of the day, so you want it to really be set into your face. And that illuminator's coming through, it's coming through here, and here you can really see it. Makeup Academy, highly recommend that brand. It's really cheap. The eye palettes that I'll be using later on are like £4 for 12 colours. I think that's amazing. That's so much better money for your value, bargain for money. That's it. So my concealer that I use is the Makeup Academy Hide and Conceal in the shade Natural. I'm actually not going to show this on camera because the condition of this is, I need a new one. Let's just put it that way. So I'm just putting a little bit on my buffer brush. I'm just going to put it on my chin and then under my nose and under my eyes, because I get massive bags under my eyes, so I'm just going to work that in there. Yep, under my chin. I hate when people have, you know, like a line. Can't be done with that. Can't be done with that. Right, so that's my foundation on. Just make sure I've got it there. So that's my foundation on. Next I'm going to go on to is my contouring. So I actually use eyeshadow. Now I know a lot of people use eyeshadow for various different things, like their eyebrows, which I do too, blusher, bronzer, contouring. So I'm just gonna, oh, forgotten a stage, embarrassing. Oh, I'm now going to use my Max Factor, my Max Factor Professional Loose Powder in the colour Translucent, just to set in my makeup. I can't believe I almost forgot the stage. It's really messy because it's a loose powder. This is also reasonably priced. I think it was about £5–6 for it, and like I said, with the foundation it lasts ages. So just put a little bit on my, I'm using, oh, that kind of went everywhere. I'm using my Eco Tools powder brush. Now this is about a year old, so it's probably coming to the end of its days, but it's still good. So I just put that under my eyes. I always put it in my lid, under my eyes and on my forehead. It just kind of takes the shine away. So now, going back to contouring. Okay, I'm going to take my Makeup Academy eye palette, and it's in the shades Heaven and Earth. Very nice. I'm just going to try open that. So these are the shades. Absolutely lovely. I love all of them. I tend to go for like golds and browns. They just, you know, I've got brown hair, brown eyes. It fits. So the colour I actually use for my contouring is Amber June. I think that's the right one. I just put it in the hollows of my cheeks. So I take my don't actually use my buffer brush. This video isn't going well at all. I take my Real Techniques contour brush. Makes sense. And these brushes smell really nice, as you're meant to wash your brushes in like soft and friendly shampoos. So I use my Daughter's, which is like very berry, so it smells very fruity. So just take a little bit and just put it in just here, up and down, just to give my face a little bit of shape, a little bit of cheekbones. I don't have the best defined cheekbones. I like cake, so my face kind of, you know, it's not the face of a supermodel, but the one I've got, and people seem to like it, so I'm just gonna work with it. So kind of do makeup face. So yeah, so in my cheeks. I also take a bit, and because, as I said earlier, I have a few double chins. This is a tip I got from Sprinkle of Glitter. Just, I'm not really doing this the best, but just work it in to under your chin. And this works incredibly well, especially for photos. So just work it in, bring it round up here a little bit, get a tiny bit more, and just put it around my hairline. So just work it round, just around my hairline a little bit. And then the last contouring bit I do is the bridge of my nose, just to make your nose look a little bit thinner. like I said, not a makeup artist. Probably isn't the way you do it, but it's the way I do. I take my Real Techniques blending bud, which I don't think that's what it's called. I think it's a blending sponge or something like that. This is needing a wash, but it still works the same. So just take it and just work it all in, especially the contouring bit that I've done up here. Just so it's nice and blended, you know, around my nose, so there's no bits of like loose powder or anything sitting on my face. There we go. Love that blend. Just gonna call it a blending bud. Just gonna stick with that. Now I'm gonna take my contour brush again, and I'm gonna go into my other Makeup Academy eye palette, which is actually their 5th birthday celebration one, which is well loved. And I'm gonna take the shade Taffy. I think that's what you can like kind of fudge. I think Taffy is. Just gonna take it and I'm gonna actually mix the colour Taffy with, oh, I'm not good for these colours, Peacherine. Like it is. So it's pinky peachy. They're really, really shimmery, so it's really nice on like the apples of my cheeks. So just work that in. Like I said, really, really nice, really shimmery. It's perfect for my little chubby cheeks. Just work that in with my contour brush. Now, I'm going to take this, which is Makeup Academy as well. I'm a big fan, big fan. Nice and affordable. That's why I've got a lot of their stuff. And it's their shimmer highlighter in iridescent gold. It's such a lovely colour. I'll do close-ups later, but I love the design. Love, love, love. So just going to take a little bit of that on my contour brush and just put it underneath my eye, up to my, I don't know what you call that bit, kind of to my cheekbone-ish, just so the light catches. And trick of the trade, not that I'm in this trade, put a little bit on your cupid's bow, just kind of defines your lips in a really good way, and a little bit down my nose, give it a shine, bit on my forehead, bit on my chinny chin chin. Right. Next I'm going to do is my eyebrows. Now I fill in my eyebrows. I tend to use, I'm pretty sure it's Makeup Academy. No, it's actually Rimmel. Sorry, it's a Rimmel Professional Eyebrow Pencil. Sorry, it's worn off, in the colour dark brown. And I tend to use this because I think that you can do like fine lines. But recently I have been using the Real Techniques detailer brush, which people use for the eyebrows, but they also use it, you know, when you've got a really pernickety little spot and it's just not going to like get covered with your foundation or anything. Get a little bit of concealer on this brush and just put it around. Works magic. So for my eyebrows, works magic. I don't know if that's the same, but for my eyebrows, ta-da! Makeup Academy again. I'm going to use their Pro Brow Ultimate Eyebrow Kit, all-in-one shape, shade and highlight in the colour fair to medium. Now again, this is really well loved, especially the gel. It's kind of went a bit through, but I tend to go between these two colours. I just think they complement my skin tone quite well. So I'm gonna actually have to do this in the mirror here, so I'm facing you. I'm just taking a little bit of the darker brown first, and I'm just gonna fill in my brows slowly and surely. I'm a fan of a really powerful brow. I don't like my natural brows. They're very sparse, probably from over plucking by myself, but I can always just draw them in. And please, now don't get frightened. Normally when I finish my brows, it's like, oh, what have you got on your face? Like 2 big brown slugs on my face. But they match my face when I have my like eyeshadow and my mascara on. So I'm just gonna take a bit of the lighter colour and put it in this, like the middle of my brow. Always like having like a stronger front brow, beginning of my brow. Love my eyebrows. Never used to draw them in, and then I did, and then I stopped, and then one day I was just like, oh, sorry, I have a very squeaky bed. And then I started it again, and I was just like, oh, I don't like going out now without my eyebrows on. I just don't think my face is complete, really, to do this one. Sorry, I've got like makeup face. You know when you're doing your mascara, you're like... That's what I've got going on right now. It's so difficult, I think, to get your eyebrows to match. You know when you've done one really good one, you're like, yeah, they're on point, they're looking sleek. Then you do the other one, it's like, ooh, I've got clown eyebrow. Clown eyebrow. Ooh, dear. No one wants clown eyebrow. Not me, anyway. They looking good? Good. Now, I just take some of the gel just to fix it in place. Just so throughout the day, my eyebrows aren't going anywhere. That's my eyebrows done. Ah. Now, I do go back into my NBA Makeup Academy palette and I go for the shade Aurora, which is quite funny as my daughter's sitting downstairs right now watching Sleeping Beauty. It's her favourite film just now. She's going through all the Disney princesses. Sorry, I thought I just heard her coming up the stairs. Yep, I hear her. So I just put that under my eyebrow. Just a bit of highlights. That's April. Just under my eyebrow. Just to give it a bit of definition. Right, so onto my eyes. I'm going to stick with this palette, I think. Yes, I'm going to stick with this palette and we're going to go for the colour Catacomb. Now, I use these brushes. I know not a lot of people are a fan of the brushes that actually come with palettes, but I really like them. So I'm going to get Catacomb and I'm just going to put that on the middle of my eye. Nice. I'm then going to go for one of the darker shades. I'm going to go for Canyon and Bedrock. So between these two, just for like the crease and the outer side of my eye. So I'm going to take, I think, Canyon just in the outer part of my eye, like so, and then my crease, and just really work it into your crease. And I'm also going to take Canyon and just put it on my bottom eyelash line, and then I'm going to get my blending bud and just use the harder corner, just blend that in so it's a bit more smoother, like so. And we're going to go back to my Makeup Academy palette and we're going to go for the Bedrock. Just put a tiny bit in the far outer corner of my eye. Next I'm going to go on to is my Makeup Revolution London Awesome Lash Mascara in the colour Ultra Black. Quite a big wand. I wasn't a fan of this one to begin with. Really like the smell. I don't know how to describe that, but it's really nice. Really nice. Now, I don't tend to put anything on my lip apart from maybe a little bit of lotion lip balm, sorry. So that is my everyday makeup routine. I don't necessarily stick to these colours, but I think they're always a good one to go for, especially for me. Brown hair, brown eyes goes well. So thank you for watching if you are watching. If you have enjoyed watching it and would like to see some more videos, give me a thumbs up and possibly subscribe. There are going to be more videos to come. I'm definitely going to do day in the life when I get my camera for my birthday, my 23rd birthday. And I'm going to do some Q&As, hopefully get my family to ask me some questions and delve deep into my soul and do my favourites and everything. So that's all to come. So if you enjoyed today, keep watching and thank you very much.